Hey, how y'all doing today, man? Welcome back to another episode of Raw Base Television. You dig what I'm saying? I am your host, Raw Base. You dig what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all for stopping by to check out another video. So now we finna see what's going on with my man's Nolan Wells. You dig what I'm saying? Mysterious death. We're gonna hold all our comments and shit to the end and see what's going on, man. I grew up down south, so you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of white friends too, so I can probably talk about this.
This does not smell right.
One of them is telling the truth, one of them is not.
We just want to know what happened and why our baby didn't come home.
Reverend Al Sharpton, an attorney.
I ain't even gonna lie, man. Whenever I see Reverend Al Sharpton or the new Benjamin Crump ass, I'm just automatically like, it's bullshit.
Ben Crump standing with the family of Nolan Wells today, demanding a full investigation
Shout out to Law&Crime Network, man. You know what I'm saying?
into the death of the 18-year-old college football player whose body was found on Mississippi's Horn Island. As the family awaits the results of an independent autopsy, new questions are being raised about what really happened to Nolan Wells. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Hey, let's get it. Let's get it, baby.
Big update in the Nolan Wells story. This is something we've been following. There is a major press conference that was just held. And this is the story of that 18-year-old Southwest Mississippi Community College football player, graduate of Ocean Springs High, who disappeared while boating with friends on Horn Island.
And man, I had to already go ahead and start it off by saying, man, we live in America. I don't care how you slice it. It can be 1,000 years from now. As long as it's black and white folks, it's always going to be racism. But let's not just automatically assume that racism
right off
is
the
a
coast
part
of
of
Mississippi. It's back on the July 4th weekend. We know that his body was tragically found that Monday on the island, washed ashore. His family is demanding transparency. They're demanding a full investigation. In fact, Christine and Elmore Wansley told Good Morning America, GMA, in an interview today, we just want honesty and transparency. We want a thorough investigation. We want that same respect that would be given to anybody else, and that's it. We just want answers. And they have retained
I totally agree with that.
prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump. We did a sidebar.
And that's the thing with me to get me about these type of civil rights lawyers or whatnot. What case had they actually tried? I never hear them trying cases. All I always hear them is representing families. I never hear them trying cases, and I don't see what type of results they get. I just don't
Yesterday
see
explaining why they would want to hire a lawyer at this time. It's about ensuring that they get the information
You can guarantee you he ain't free either, and he ain't cheap.
they're seeking, potentially assessing a legal issue for a lawsuit, pressuring authorities to be transparent about the investigation, ordering an independent autopsy. In fact, Ben Crump told ABC News Live this week that Nolan's body would be flown to Washington, D.C. for an independent autopsy. This came after the Mississippi State Medical Examiner already apparently performed an autopsy, but that agency indicated that the results could take weeks because of toxicology tests. Those findings are pending.
How much y'all want to bet we gonna come back and check this out, that he was intoxicated with some weird shit that niggas don't generally do? You dig what I'm saying? Meth or some shit like that. Coke maybe yes, but he too young to be fucking with coke. Guarantee it's gonna be some meth or some fentanyl.
Now, there is something to keep in mind here. Authorities reportedly believe this was a tragic accident, that this was a case of drowning. According to the New York Post, John Ledbetter, the Jackson County Sheriff, said there's no information that we have right now that would lead us to believe that a crime has occurred. According to CNN, Jackson County Coroner Bruce Lind indicated there were no immediate signs of physical injury. But this is a story that has gotten a lot of attention. It has sparked many thoughts, many theories, particularly given what we're learning. For instance, according to CNN, Nolan didn't return to the dock with his friends that day. His family didn't understand why he would separate from them, that he was supposed to take a different boat back but didn't, that Nolan apparently didn't have his cell phone with him, that there were reports of an alleged altercation that day. We know the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is reportedly still investigating.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
All of this. But according to the sheriff, one of Nolan's friends contacted the Coast Guard on the night of July 4th at around 11 p.m. Nolan's mom apparently called the sheriff's office leading into July 5th. And the family has concerns about, for example, why Nolan would stay without friends. Christine telling GMA, quote, That we cannot answer. I can't fathom why he would.
Only thing I can think of, me being a black man, you know what I'm saying, is if he got away from them white folks and he was chilling with us, it had to be a piece of ass involved with this. It had to be.
Elmore saying,
had to be.
We always told him, if you go with a group, you stay with a group. There's also this.
Right.
Christine apparently told GMA that they tracked Nolan's phone using the Life 360 app. They were able to get his phone through his friends, and she claims that some texts and messages were deleted. And apparently it was actually specifically in reference to Snapchat. Now, one of the things that authorities are apparently looking for and asking for are unedited photos and videos that were taken on July 4th. Sheriff Ledbetter telling outlet WXXV, right now, I know time is of the essence, but folks want answers 10 minutes ago, and unfortunately, that takes time to get the accurate information. It's going to take a lot of hard work. I think the family deserves the truth, and that's what we're here to provide for them and for the public. The sheriff adding, according to WAPT, I would urge anyone that has information or that was on the island to take down as much information as they can to piece together what happened. I say all that to tell you what happened today. There's a grieving family. They have a lot of questions. They want answers.
Right.
What happened today? Major press conference was held in Harlem. You had the family, their attorney, Ben Crump.
Once again, man, when you get these Negro civil rights people involved, man, it's a bunch of bullshit. As a black man, I want shit to do with these motherfuckers here, man. They can
Reverend
fuck
Al
the whole
Sharpton,
situation up.
all demanding the same things: transparency, answers, and the truth about what happened to Nolan Wells. So if you've been following this, you know there's been a lot of anticipation to this. We were expecting the family to potentially announce the results of that independent autopsy that was conducted. And again, this is separate from the state's medical examination. So it seems by all accounts, Nolan's body was flown to Washington, D.C. Now, we didn't get the results of that independent autopsy because there was reporting that we may get those today, but we did get something. Maybe not what everyone expected, but Reverend Al Sharpton kicked things off, and he was getting straight to the point.
What we've been told does not make sense. And being that there is lack of confidence in the local authorities, who have already, in my judgment, seemed to have mishandled where it was going, because to just immediately, before a week time, saying there was nothing done wrong, when we hear that this young man was engaged in some kind of argument that was on tape, that his cell phone and keys ended up with one of the people that were there on the island and got away.
Now we go to Ben Crump, and he claims the stories about what happened to Nolan just doesn't match.
The glaring contradictions just jump out at you.
Man, come on, man. Come on, he really country dude.
The
real
fact
country dude.
that he is there with his friends, and you look at all.
Where did this man go to school at, man? Because if he's a lawyer, he is quite, he is not that articulate at all. Country, retarded. I don't know where he went to law school at.
It seems to be he's the only black on the island, or maybe one other, but not many. And so, Jared, you have where a young woman he was talking to says that, well,
was the girl, y'all get in the comments and let me know, was the girl a Caucasian as well?
Nolan said he was going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys say that Nolan told them he was going to stay and talk to the young woman. It's a contradiction. They're not saying the same thing. One of them is telling the truth, one of them is not. And then the fact, Reverend Al, that they have this video of an argument that is going on, and you know, thank God all young people.
I like to see this video, this so-called video.
And anytime you hear people raising their voice, they start the video. And so you hear on the video Nolan saying, "Give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing?" And that becomes even more relevant when you think about the story that they are presenting that Nolan chose to stay behind. That's what they're saying.
And he also brought up something that makes you stop and think. Nolan's phone.
His phone, he wouldn't take that with him if he's going to stay behind on an island. Right. I mean, we're talking about an 18-year-old kid. What teenager would leave their phone behind if they're going to stay on this island? What teenager wouldn't take their phone? And so it's not adding up. It's not adding up at all. The fact, as Reverend Al said, you know, they didn't take his phone with them. His mother, when she finds out that her baby is missing, they start trying to track the phone. The GPS the phone, they've used Life 360, and they discover that, well, the phone is on land. The phone is on land, but you're saying he went missing on the island. And so it's not adding up.
From there, we heard from Christine, Nolan's mom.
How are you finding the time to send over all these meeting notes?
I got a secret. I've been using granola.
What is granola?
So it's an AI notepad.
Talked about what happened when she finally got her hands on that phone.
So when we made it home, my sister.
I ain't even gonna lie, my boy. As a black man myself, man, I'm gonna reiterate that I do not want none of them civil rights people around my shit, because they is gonna blow the spot up with that bullshit. I actually went through Nolan's cell phone, particularly Snapchat, because that is so popular with the children. And when we opened it up, there was nothing. There were no saved pictures. There were no snaps from that day. And we did open it before the 24-hour expiration. So we found that very concerning, only because anyone who's ever been around Nolan will tell you at social gatherings, he's taking videos, he's taking pictures, he's even come up to me when I'm getting ready to go to bed, hey Ma, come on, take a picture of me. You know, like he just, that was Nolan. That's so normal teenager stuff. That's why we feel that things may have been deleted.
And here's one of the biggest questions of all. More than 200 people were reportedly on that island. Boats everywhere. So there were 200 people on that island. Somebody seen where this black boy went to. I can tell you that right now. And this really is some shady shit. Anyone see anything?
This notion that, well, he drowned, y'all have...
Well, you got to know, you got to add that in there. They say us black folks can't swim, so that could be viable.
I'm sure seeing all the videos out there. I mean, if he's drowning, nobody sees him drown. Nobody offers assistance. Nobody tries to help him. I mean, obviously, he stands out. He's
a nigger. He's a fucking nigger. That's why he stands out. That's what he wants to say.
I saw when I'm looking at the videos. And if you see him drowning, you mean nobody is going to try to help him? It's not adding up. It is not adding up. And that's why the family, at their behest, we had an independent autopsy being performed. And we thank Colin Kaepernick for helping to pay for that independent.
Yeah, because we know you ain't going to pay for it. That shit can't come out your pocket.
Autopsy. And we thank Tyler Perry for helping to pay for the funeral, because it's...
Fuck Tyler Perry as well.
Reverend Al said these were just regular parents going about their life. They weren't expecting any of this. No. And then we're having to try to hire all these experts to be able to go and see if they can retrieve deleted messages. We have to have experts. You'll hear from Attorney Park talk about, you know, where the body was found when it was recovered, and how long it took to be recovered.
So despite prior assurances that Crump's team would have the autopsy results as soon as possible, it seems we're still waiting for those. And we're going to keep following this story. We're going to keep seeing what develops, because this is a family that's not going to stop. And I will tell you right now, neither are we. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining.
All right, man. Hey, I think if y'all been following me, all 30 of y'all, man, I think this is a story that we need to follow as well, too. So I need to do a little bit more research so we can get involved to it, so I can bring it to y'all, too, so we can understand more what's going on with this. But a little something about me. I grew up down south, man, and I dealt with a lot of Caucasian people in my life. So, first of all, let me say, my mama always told us, mind your fucking business, okay? Mind your business. Don't be getting into everybody else shit. But this situation here, when it comes to white people, when my mama told us when we would go to white people, she would let us go with white people anywhere in the public. You know, like the movies, school, you know, shit like that, just around town chilling and stuff. But when the white person came up to us and I was like, Mama, they want us to go hunting or something. Absolutely fucking not. You will not be going hunting in the woods with no white folks. She never said why. But I know now as a grown person, shit, you might come up missing going hunting with the motherfuckers. Panama City, they always want to take us to Panama City to go deep sea fishing. You don't need to be out there in the water with white folks miles off from the coast, man, if you black like that. At least have another black person with you so y'all can, you know what I'm saying, bounce ideas off each other in case some shit like that happen, man. But unfortunately, man, we live in a racist society. And that's just what it is, man. Unfortunately, that's what's up. Maybe things could change, but as long as it's black and white people in America and it's a power structure, there will always be issues. But anyway, though, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Raw Based Television. If y'all have any videos y'all want me to review, go down in the comments, well, in the description bar, send me an email, man, and we'll get back with y'all, okay? So, thank y'all. Peace. Love.